This podcast is a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to find out more. 50 years after the final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter is now headmaster of Hogwarts, ready to usher in a brand new generation of witches and wizards. My name's Radio Mike, and I love Harry Potter. In fact, I love Harry Potter so much that when I was a kid, I wrote a series of 7 Harry Potter fan fiction novels. This is book 3 in that series. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Commentors from Azkaban. Everyone, welcome to Harry Potter and the Boys, a fan fiction podcast by me, Radio Mike. Book 3, Harry Potter and the Commentors from Azkaban, Chapter 7 today, and we're joined by a very special guest on today's episode. Now, you may know this guy, you may not, comedian from Melbourne. It's Sam Garlep. Sam, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much, Mike. It felt like you were really introducing me on like a ABC radio.
Yeah. You may know him. You may have seen some of his work.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael, for having me today.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to be in the studio.
Now, let's start at the start. How'd you get into what you're doing now?
Well, Michael, it's quite an interesting story for me because,
Yeah.
to be honest, I actually
All right, we've got to go to a break. We've got to go to a break.
Oh, of course. I don't think ABC has breaks. There's
Well,
no
this
commercial.
Is the first. This is the first because you're so boring.
The ABC, you're so boring. The ABC has deemed that we are now doing commercial breaks.
Yeah, that an ad would be more entertaining than this interview.
They have streamed and broadcast so many things over the years, but this Sam Garlep, you were the most boring thing we've ever broadcast.
You know, on another radio station in Melbourne, 3AW, which is like sort of the more definitely older demographic, a bit more conservative leaning talkback radio, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and there's this guy, Neil Mitchell, in the morning.
Oh yeah.
He's a journo, like he's a pretty respected journo who
What's
does
the music?
morning.
What's the music from? 3AW.
Talking Melbourne. 3AW.
Hi, Neil Mitchell here.
Yeah, and Neil's really funny. This is not related to anything, but like Neil, like because the whole thing is talk back and getting callers on the air, right?
Yeah.
So Neil, like,
be tough.
sometimes a lot of the callers who call in, it's call after call after call, like they kind of come on like, oh, hey Neil, how's it going? Like they try, you know, but and Neil Mitchell clearly hates it because like if someone goes, hey Neil, how's it going? Neil just goes, okay. Hey Neil, thanks for having me on your program. Okay. Like get to the point. Yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah, you're just leaving the gap for. Well, I feel like that's one of the first when we started doing digital radio. Back
Yes,
in the day,
a long time ago.
My first foray into it on
Yeah.
Triple M Modern Digital.
Yeah, with Tim McDonald.
Tim McDonald.
I
we-
panelled a couple of those.
Yes, and one of the feedback for callers was, don't ask them how they are.
Yeah, just get to the point.
And I feel like although I feel like a lot of radio shows still do that, but the thing is like don't waste time on like the biggest like handbrake on a segment is asking the caller how they are.
Yeah. Just get to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like we got Mike on the line. How are you, Mike?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Neil. Thanks for
Yeah. So
thanks for. Whoops.
and then they're like, sorry, what? How are you? Oh, yeah. Good. Sorry, we're in a bit of delay. Sorry, we do need another point. Did you crap your dax?
Yeah.
Mike. We're asking, did you crap your dax 301060? Really important stuff.
Now, you had a big career moment in the last week or so.
Speaking of launches.
Yeah. Hard launch. Okay.
Yeah. I think
We
just
talk
come
about
from-
it.
I
yeah,
just
you
come
just
from it.
come from it last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, you just had arrived from it. You weren't so excited that you choosed your own pants. Sorry.
Well,
I've just
you
come
don't
from
know.
it. Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know? We had to dry clean the costume. Which, what is he talking about? Costume? What costume? Okay. Well, we'll just bring it up. Last week, so I work on the cheap seats.
Yeah. Great show.
Which is a
Channel 10.
I was going to say comedy program here in Australia, but according to the Logies nominations,
Entertainment
we've
program?
now been moved over to the entertainment section.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Now,
all right.
interesting. Sorry to side note, because you were nominated for that Logie, and
That is fun. That seems funny to say I was nominated for the Logie.
no, the
Yeah, I'll
show
take-
was nominated
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
Logie,
yeah.
but
Wasn't-
I noticed on that note, Profile Talent, who manage like various
Yes.
people, including Mel Tracina, who's on
Yeah.
that show, did like a post being like, "Congrats to all our talent who were nominated
Yes.
for Logies," but it was like, well, like, you know, obviously love Mel, but like she wasn't individually nominated for the Logie. The show was,
And
but she's part of the
yeah,
show
she's part of the, but which, and I guess same with Mike Goldstein
on the 100.
on the 100,
Yeah.
and then because when that got shared, I saw that shared, and I was like, oh my god, is Mel? Tracina- I thought she was nominated.
Yes.
I was like, is she nominated for like best newcomer or something?
Yeah.
And I,
By the way, the Logies are like the Australian Emmys, but not like
yeah, with like less prestige.
yeah. They're
Are the Emmys fan voted?
I don't know.
Because
I don't know.
yes, we have the important distinction, which I think vegan punters don't realize in Australia, is at the Logies there are two types of awards.
Yeah.
you either
Best and most
yeah.
outstanding.
No, there's most outstanding and most popular.
Oh, most popular. Yeah.
So most popular is just like
Voted for people who read TV Week magazine.
Yes.
Which sponsors the awards.
yes, or like can you get your mates and family members to vote the most
Yeah.
times?
Most outstanding is peer voted though.
Yes, but also those peers could be fuckwits as well.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
You know, so basically they're pointless and we don't care about them unless we're
Unless we win
nominated
them.
and we win.
Yeah.
And then they are
are
very
great.
prestigious and they're actually an amazing honor.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So you on the cheap seats.
well, I'm not sure if this is a coincidence or not that we got nominated for most outstanding show right after this episode that aired.
I think it's not.
Because it stems from on a different channel. David Koshy had his last episode on. He's retired from Sunrise,
Yeah.
tragically.
Breakfast TV show.
Breakfast television show he's been doing for 21 years.
Wow.
And on the cheap seats, Tim and Mel came up with a joke of, well, we need to speak to. We've got an exclusive interview with someone that knows Koshy the most.
Yeah.
Let's cross live now to Sydney to the Cash Cow.
Amazing.
And they wanted to cross to the Cash Cow costume.
Yeah. The Cash Cow, obviously part of a promotion that Sunrise does.
Yeah.
Where you can win money if you call the Cash Cow or some
Yeah,
shit like
yeah.
that.
It's
yeah.
a bit of it, yeah.
Guy in a cow costume.
It's a guy in a cow costume.
essentially.
Now, look, the other few times I got a call from the producers I got a missed call from Tim and the producers on a Friday,
Yeah.
like mid-afternoon. The last two times I've had calls from them on a Friday,
Yeah.
these two particular people, has been when they called me up to say, you're on the show.
To do the sports.
To actually do the
report.
sports segment.
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
Sam Garb, comedian on the show.
Incredible.
And I was like, oh my God, I got a call from them.
You're on.
And one of them said, oh, has Tim spoken to you? I was like, oh, he briefly, but then we had to go and I didn't. She go, oh, maybe I'll just wait. I was like, what is it? What's happened? What's this phone call about?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, pretty big. I was like, okay, what is it? and then like, you know, the Cash Cow? I was like, yeah, we're going to get the Cash Cow on. I'm like, yeah, great. Like, and guess who? We want to be in the costume. Sammy G.
Oh, wow.
So it's non-verbal role.
Yeah. But it's,
Can't see my
It
face.
is prominently featured. Like,
Yes, exactly.
yeah,
So,
but no face.
I know. It was like, you're not going to have your face.
Yeah.
You're not going to
Speak.
speak, and we're not going to tell anyone it was you, but you'll know.
Yeah. And now everyone else knows. So you've broken that.
Oh yeah,
What did it feel like under there? Sweaty?
it was so hot,
Hot and sweaty.
really hot. It was anyway. It was actually really fun. I mean, I just
Yeah.
got to go in early,
Awesome work. Cash
got
cow.
some lunch.
Great.
Cash-
Was it grass? Grass and dirt?
I thought it'd been I thought it'd been really like funny and a bit odd if like I was just drinking a glass of milk when I was up there as well.
From your own udder.
But I basically just danced. It was funny because in classic Tim, then they're like, oh, so Tim will send you the script. I was like, what do I mean, I've got no lines, but
Yeah. That's great.
but then also I think Tim, because he knew it was me, just was like, we just basically didn't send anyone until like the last minute.
Yeah.
Um,
Bit of improv.
and then it was a bit of improv, and then we did one rehearsal, and then we asked completely different questions the next time when we actually
Great.
did it.
Amazing work.
So I was on national telly
Yeah.
as the Cash Cow. It's
That
actually
is-
it's a dream role.
yeah.
This could be
Every kid dreams of playing
It's
that.
a real career launcher as well. Like
Yeah.
next I could be
Cash Cat.
Cash Cat. Is that someone?
I don't know, cat dog.
I could be the Jack Jumpers mascot.
Yeah.
From the Tasmanian basketball team. I could be Captain Carlton.
Carlton mascot.
Yep.
You could be Captain Feathersword from the Wiggles.
Imagine Dorothy the dinosaur.
Wow.
I mean,
can you play her
next
if
up
you're a guy?
Hollywood. Yeah, I reckon they've had a guy played
Ollie the Octopus. Is that his name?
Henry.
Henry the Octopus. Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I haven't watched the Wiggles for a long time.
I used to love Henry the Octopus. That would take some serious skill.
Yeah, operating all of those arms.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
6 arms, 2 legs.
6 arms, 2
You're
legs.
going to correct me then you realised. Anyway, that's just a bit of fun.
Well, I wanted to do a little Harry Potter tidbit.
Yeah.
A bit of a Harry Potter tidbit.
Why on this podcast?
Yeah. Which is a few weeks ago, we were looking at the Japanese name of Voldemort.
We were. Just one more thing.
Yeah.
I want to just shout out to all the people who guessed that I was in the Cash Cow costume, which I'm not sure if it's an insult or not.
Oh.
People messaged me before I told anyone.
Yeah.
said,
Is that you?
that's you in the Cash Cow costume, isn't it?
Wow.
One of them being Marty, one of the Patreons, I believe.
Oh, cool. Good job, Marty. Thank you. Thank you
Thank you. But also, I think I'm kind of insulted. Everyone was like, that's obviously Sam in the cow costume.
Yeah, but no, I think they just were like, oh, who would it be? Probably Sam. I don't think they're saying you look like a cow.
Sam looks like a cat. They're like, wow, wow, Sam's on again. Oh, and he's naked.
I wanted to do some names of Voldemort in other languages.
Yes, because we talked about this the other day. Do we have do we have the names here or do we have
the names and the anagrams?
Love it.
So, because obviously one of the, Voldemort's name, I am Lord Voldemort, Tom Marvolo Riddle, it's an anagram, which is a translation nightmare. You know, they have to make it fit the language. So, leads to Tom Riddle and Voldemort having funny names in different languages.
Yes, because they have to also include the introduction of I am Voldemort.
I am, correct.
Which is also different.
So, of course, in English, it's Tom Marvolo Riddle, I am Lord Voldemort.
Okay. Check. I know that one.
Voldemort's name in Spanish is Tom Sorvolo Riddle, and the anagram is Soy Lord Voldemort.
Soy? Soy. Oh, because that means I am.
Yeah. But it kind of sounds like
Lord
a soy
Voldemort.
boy Voldemort, like a Voldemort who really cares a lot about social justice and climate change.
And so Tom Marvolo Riddle.
Yeah.
Does that go to I am Lord Voldemort or I am Voldemort?
I am Lord Voldemort, yeah.
And so soy Lord Voldemort.
In French, Voldemort's name is Tom Elvis Jedusor.
No.
Yeah, Tom Elvis Jedusor, which translates to Je suis Voldemort.
Je suis Voldemort.
Yeah.
Tom Elvis. 1, 2, 3, clack, 4, clack.
The fact that his middle name is Elvis in French.
That's hilarious.
Here's one.
Do you want to do the I am part first, or do you want the name first?
I'll do the name first.
Okay.
Is that okay? In Swedish, and they start to become less and less sort of recognizable to the original.
Yeah.
In Swedish, his name is Tom Gus Mervolo Dolder.
What?
Ego sum Lord Voldemort, which is going to Latin. Maybe it was untranslatable in Swedish.
Oh my god. So the other thing is that the names get less and less I don't know.
English?
Well, yeah, and also they don't sound as evil.
Yeah, true. Well,
Tom Doldo.
Get ready for the next one, which is probably the funniest, which is the Danish. Voldemort's name in Danish. Romeo G. Detlev Jr.
He's a junior?
He's a junior, which I guess he is Tom Riddle Jr., but
Yeah, but he is.
Romeo G. Detlev Jr.
Can I have another look?
Romeo G. Detlev Jr.
But then what does the G stand for?
Gade, apparently.
Oh, I thought that was going so.
Romeo G. Detlev Jr.
And what is that? And what do they say? What is it? As in what? In
Jeg Voldemort. Jeg Voldemort. But that doesn't even seem like it translates
Romeo.
properly. Yeah. Now, I do want to do two more, if that's
please
okay.
do. Yeah.
Dutch Voldemort's name is, and this is where I say it's getting further and further away. In Dutch, Voldemort's name is Martin Asmodom Vigin. What? which is Midgen Nam is Voldemort, which I think is my name is Voldemort.
Midgenam is Voldemort.
And finally,
Martin.
maybe even funnier than Danish. Ready? This is the Icelandic name of Tom Riddle. Trevor Delgome.
Get out. Get out.
Trevor Delgome, which the anagram is Egg Voldemort.
Trevor.
Trevor Delgome.
Trevor. Don't.
Like there is something like Tom Riddle is a bit of an unsettling name. Like Riddle is like an unsettling surname. But then Trevor Delgome, you're like, hey Trev, how are you?
How are you? Yeah. It doesn't sound menacing.
No. Also in Sloveni, Mark Nielsen, which just sounds like a normal name.
Sounds like an old football coach.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Voldemort's name in different languages.
Mark Nielsen.
Mark Nielsen.
That just sounds like
a person we know.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Like
we know
like
someone.
a teacher
called
or a
Yeah.
former race car
Mr.
driver.
Nielsen.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trevor Delgome, Martin Asmodom Vigilin, and Romeo G. Detlev Jr.
Oh my God.
great.
I know that we call him he who must not be named, but like that was just he who shouldn't be named.
Yeah,
And
should not be named.
Just you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have tried.
Shall we pick it up? Pick up the fanfic. I think
Yeah.
while I get the laptop open, do you have one more thing?
Well, I'm just still
say?
thinking about those names. I'm sure we'll think
crazy.
of something funnier the next time. I've just returned from a week in Tasmania, which is an island.
Yes, named after the Looney Tune.
Yep, Tas.
No, it's not.
It's not. But it's relevant because it's like an island. Probably the prison. There's a prison there. Call it Tazkaban.
Ah, I like that.
No, but I was there. And look, this is podcast, just like bring people together, isn't it? I just wanted to shout out to Whitey,
Oh, listener Whitey was at the live show.
who was at the live show, who recognised the exact model of plane I was on.
Oh, that's weird. And a bit
Because
stalkerish.
the plane I was on the way there, because I flew into Launceston, it was so weird.
Yes.
There's only 25 seats on the plane or something
Yes.
like that. And the front four seats, it was like on public transport where you face each other.
Like a bus.
Like
or
a bus.
Or a tram.
Which is just the most uncomfortable thing I think you could ever have.
but
a
it's
plane.
like an hour-long plane
It's
flight,
just,
right?
but planes are feel more private.
Yeah, you would hate that on an international.
Imagine
like-
you're just and like you want the extra legroom and you're playing footsies with the person across from you.
Totally.
It's weird.
But how long is the flight? It must be less than an hour or like an
No,
hour.
because it's like an hour and a bit. Because you're on the smaller plane, it takes longer.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think it was like an hour 40.
Yeah.
But Whitey lives in Launceston.
Yeah.
I think, which is great. Went to a pub, and then I said, oh, anything, and I asked Whitey for recommendations, and he said the pub that we're going to, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it was. And then he said, don't forget to pop into
Deathbird and Reapers.
Deathbird and Reapers, and he goes, and see the monkeys in City Park.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, we're staying across the road from the park, like it's
There's
in the middle
monkeys.
of the city, and I thought, is this like a statue or
Yeah.
something like that? No, there are. You just walk straight into the park. There's nothing. It's a small park, and in there is just a monkey exhibit.
What? Like, is it like human controlled? They're not.
I
wild
didn't see
monkeys.
any. I didn't see any humans.
But are they in a cage?
Well, I don't know. I'm showing Mike now, which
Yeah,
is.
they're in a purpose-made monkey exhibit, but that's still weird.
But there's no staff. I couldn't see any staff around.
Could they easily escape, or is it?
I think they
enclosed?
could. Well, there's a fence, but like.
It's not
Anyway,
that
it's
high.
like it's in the middle of the city. I almost left without seeing these monkeys. So
That's
thanks.
weird. Why are there monkeys in the middle of Tasmania?
Yeah, Whitey, right in. Why the hell are they there?
Yeah.
There was a little one. There was one. We saw one hump another one, and then the big guy run after him and trying to get him because he's humping his girlfriend.
Oh no! I mean that happens. In
They're
real
just
life.
like humans, guys. And there's a little baby
Hey,
one.
It's so Darwinian, isn't it? Clearly, that's just ingrained in us.
Anyway, that's just me saying thanks, Whitey, for the recommendation. I probably could
Awesome.
have just messaged him
Go
back.
see the
but-
monkeys in Tassie, and we pick up.
Oh, you want to get into it? Okay.
Oh, well, at the end of the last chapter, Derek and Dimmy and Derek were reunited at the orphanage, Deathbird and Reapers.
right.
Piano Jones got his record label from Simon Cowell. And they were hatching a plan to get back to Hogwarts. And Dimmy suggested it might involve murdering Matron McGee.
Yes.
the-
Oh no, and she was lovely.
She was lovely. But we pick it up on chapter 7, segment 7.
Chapter 7, The Boys Who Fell from the Sky. What?
Because in the last chapter, Piano Jones fell from the sky.
Yeah, that's right.
So is it related to that?
I don't know. I love. So I'm just going back up to Piano Jones. It's very
Piano
funny.
Jones was so funny.
And Mum Simon Cowell coming in. You have to come on the show and audition.
You simply have
yeah.
to come on the show. Okay.
All right, chapter 7,
seven.
The Boys Who Fell from the Sky. Here we go. Getting into it. Chapter 7.
Which that feels like could be a Harry Potter chapter.
Yeah.
You know? The
It
boys
does.
who fell from the sky.
Yeah. Here we go. A fan fiction podcast by Mike, read by me. Chapter 7, The Boys Who Fell from the Sky.
Here we go now.
It was the weekend before September 1st, and the boys were making their way to Lockie's house.
Oh, so we've pivoted from Derek and Dimmy, which feels weird.
Okay. Which was somewhat out of the way, so they could have dinner with him and find out what he had been up to over the holidays. Well, that's nice.
That's what it was happening in 2 chapters ago when they were at having the Tibetan party.
So this is before that or after that? Oh, no, they had...
Because remember Lockie wrote them a letter from Squawks
That's
to 2.0
right.
because Squawks to 1.0 died in a terrorist attack.
Yeah.
And he said, come to mine for dinner before the end of the year.
Okay, here we go. As they reached the front door of Lockie's house, which was very clearly a large, fancy mansion, the boys all looked quite surprised. You got to hand it to Lockie. He's living in style, said Tom.
Why is that?
I don't know. It just reminded me of
Kingsley?
Kingsley Shacklebolt.
Dumbledore's got style.
Yeah. Although he doesn't say that in the books, does he?
I think someone does.
Did he say you got to admit Dumbledore's got style? Did he say that in the movies?
I don't know.
In the
He
book?
says it in the movies.
Because then if he doesn't say it in the books, then this is not a reference to that at all.
It's a reference to the movie, though.
Yeah, but was the movie out?
In 2007, that one would have been, I think. Order of the Phoenix would have been.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But we may never know.
We may never know. Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize Lockie's family was so rich, said Rob. It must feel good to debate in a place like that. just getting it all nice and wet and just stroking. Up, down, up, back down, up again, down, some twisting, said Tom. Okay. That's just someone else. We don't even know. We don't even know who said that.
It just says, okay.
Oh, it's probably Rob.
Well, we don't.
It
we
goes
really
Tom,
don't know.
Rob, Tom. Okay. Why would that be better? Anyway, and why would it? I've never. Anyway.
No, I think if you were in a mansion, it would just be better.
Sure, that's true. I don't know why that's true, but it is.
Yeah.
Play on. This does feel like something that's just happened to you as well. You've gone over to a friend's house who's much wealthier,
which
than
most
you,
of my friends
which most
were.
of the people at our school were.
Dad was like, there were maybe 4 or 5 of us, and his dad was like, hey, take the guys to Hungry Jack's to get some food. And he gave him like $300 cash.
Oh my God.
We just got
How much is a Whopper burger these days? 40, $50?
And it's like, I don't think he realized how rich he was.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even like I remember going to someone's house and they had like a massive a wine cellar and a wine fridge of like all these bottles of really expensive champagne.
Yeah.
Like, the only alcohol we had at my mum's house was literally from my parents' wedding.
What?
As in in a cupboard. It was like a bottle of port.
Oh.
As in I don't know. And then my dad's house, the alcohol was like Boxer Goon in the fridge.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have had just like the cheapest wine. We weren't rich, basically.
And yeah, it was just so fun. Yeah, it was so funny when they were.
Yeah.
God. The boys rang the doorbell, and the door opened, and Lockie's smiling face opened the door. He was wearing shorts and a t-shirt with a pair of thongs, which was weird because it was winter. Okay. Guys, you made it. Come in. Come in.
Isn't it the end of
Lockie
summer?
said.
It's the end of summer, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's not.
So it's not winter at all.
And there's no way for that because it says it's the weekend before September.
Yeah, there's
1st.
no way for that to be winter.
Okay.
But maybe, yeah, fuck.
And we're confused because winter here, maybe I'm thinking of Australia because in Australia that would be sort of the end of winter.
But
But there it would be summer.
maybe for rich people, the seasons are different.
Possibly,
They
yeah,
get-
because
they-
they can change the
Yeah,
weather.
they can change the weather.
But yeah, for those who don't know, because this actually came up because we were talking about on the show the day Michael Jackson died. I remembered being at school, right?
We almost made it a whole podcast without saying
Michael Jackson's name. And a lot of people commented being like, what are you talking about? Michael Jackson died in the middle of summer. And I was like, well, I live in Australia, so it was winter here.
Yeah. Look,
Like a lot of Americans don't seem to realize that on the other side of the world, the seasons are flipped. So yes, we have like scorching hot Christmas. Like Christmas for us is very warm.
look, hello to our American listeners, and
Yeah, we love you.
appreciate you.
We need you. You have much bigger population than us,
However-
so spread it.
There seems to be a lot of dummies
A lot of
dumbos.
dumb heads.
in America
Yep, that's true.
that don't realize that anywhere else exists.
That's it. And it does exist. I'm telling you, we're here.
The book rolls on. They all walked in.
Wait, did it say the book rolls
No,
on? or
I
you
just said that.
Right.
So, guys, you made it. Come in, said Lockie. They all walked in, and one by one, they hugged Lockie and kissed him on the cheek.
What? Have
Come
they
in.
ever done that?
I've not seen that. Rob, you big dog, come here, buddy. Mwah.
Okay.
Ah, Michael, you dirty, dirty dog, get over here. Mwah.
What?
Luke, Lockie said. Oh, no, he says, Luke, Lockie said, just politely shaking Luke's hand because they have never actually interacted in the book.
Oh.
And it's one of those things where, like, imagine if, like, Stewie and Meg had a story together. Like, it just doesn't happen.
Okay,
Referencing
Family Guy.
without expressly saying it's Family Guy, but we just have to.
Could be any Stewie and
We have
Meg.
to put that together.
So it's saying like, I think they do like in Friends, you wouldn't have like. It's rare that there's like a Chandler Phoebe episode, maybe. Like they don't have
with
much
that
crossover
with that as the core, as the storyline A.
Yeah, yeah.
Often there's an A plot and a B plot in
Correct.
television shows.
Yeah.
Episodes.
It's like you wouldn't get a Millhouse Homer episode. You know, Millhouse would only be there if Bart was there, really.
That's
So-
true. Well, even a Millhouse Homer, like Homer's still the main.
True. It's like you
Millhouse Martin
Millhouse Martin,
episode.
maybe, yeah. Millhouse Moe, even. Millhouse and Moe would probably never interact.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you reckon they have?
Millhouse and Lenny, even.
Wow.
Yeah. So there you go.
Someone find Millhouse and Lenny interacting in The Simpsons.
Someone write an episode. The Millhouse and Lenny Mega Hour. Hey, Millhouse. Yeah. I can't do I
That's
can't
pretty
do
good.
Millhouse.
Okay, so the other whatever. I was going to reference something back there.
Oh, sorry.
Um,
So so Lockie's like, hey Rob, come in. Hey Mike,
Mikey.
how are ya?
Luke.
Luke.
Hey Sam, you dirty asshole! Go wash your ass with some soap, you dirty, dirty man. Come here. Mwah.
Is that a power move? Tell someone to wash
You
their ass
dirty
with
asshole.
soap?
Go wash your ass with soap. Come here. But then come here.
Come here, nah,
Nah,
come
nah,
here.
come here, come here.
Okay.
Tommy boy, you absolute sick fuck. You're disgusting, you dirty, dirty dog. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Wash out your foreskin. Kidding. Did you know in Jewish they chop off your foreskin? Bring it in. Mwah.
In Jewish,
In Jewish, not even in Jewish culture.
in Judaism.
Uh,
You know what? I remember.
They chop off your foreskin, bring it in. Mwah. I mean, we're assuming he's not talking about his foreskin. He's not bringing in his.
No,
bringing your
but I love how he says, wash out your foreskin. Just joking. Hey, did you know in Jewish they chop off your foreskin?
Bring it in here.
Yeah.
The
That is funny, though.
Agreeing with a fun fact.
I remember finding out about circumcision
Yeah.
as a kid, and I was like, what? I still don't get how it works. I don't understand how it
You know,
works.
you chop it off.
Yeah, but I don't understand where they
You
chop it
save
from.
it for later.
No. Are you snipped? Are you?
Yeah.
Are you?
Breaking news,
No, you're
everyone
not.
on the
You're
podcast.
not.
Yeah.
Are you?
Oh, mate, it's so much better. Oh yeah.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
You're
Why do you
not.
find that so weird?
Because why?
We compare
Was it just tradition?
we compare dicks all the time.
No, we don't.
Guys, we do.
Are you
Mike
circumcised?
Yes.
Wow.
Do you know how many people? There's a lot of.
Who else? Is someone else? Is there anyone else we know? Because I'm not.
I don't make a habit of asking everyone.
Wow.
In fact, someone consider it impolite.
Sorry, man. That's just
No,
a
it's
bit
not.
personal. Do you want me to cut that?
No.
Like they did to your dick?
like you did on my dick.
I'm not. And I did a controversial tweet a few months ago
Say it to my face, mate.
that Christian O'Connell and Charlie Clausen responded to, thinking I was hacked. Because I did this tweet, which is based on real things that have happened to me.
Okay.
Where, like, the tweet was, girls always be like, guys can't find the clit. But then girls always ask me if I'm circumcised when my foreskin literally right there. Which has happened. And I'm like, how can you not tell if I'm circumcised or not?
But
So that's what I think. Like, you know, girls are always like, oh, you can't find the clit. Oh, are you
are
circumcised?
they saying that? But it has it anyway. The other, I don't know if anyway. Are girls always saying to you, you can't find anyway? It's all good.
No, I'm saying it's like a cliche
Yeah.
where like girls are like, guys can't find the
But
clit.
also, people's genitals all look different. Mike.
all different. We're all different.
Maybe.
Your penis has
here we
no
go.
foreskin, mine
Right,
does.
What about this? Maybe you are circumcised and you don't know.
I'm almost certain I'm not.
Well, I don't know.
Chop
Did
it
you
off.
know in Jewish they chop off your foreskin? Bringing it interesting. Are you circumcised?
No, I'm not actually. But
Oh,
the
wow.
funny story, girls never seem to.
Oh gosh. As the thing of that tweet is no.
No, say it.
They're not. They don't seem that related. Oh, they are related. I
No,
guess.
but it's just saying like, girls are saying like a guy can't look at a vagina and be like, that's the clit. And I'm saying a girl can't look at a penis and be like, he's circumcised. You know?
They could look at mine.
Can we keep going? I don't want to talk about
I think we should cut. And we got We should cut
don't
that.
wanna talk
we should cut
about it
that. Let's cut that. As the boys walked in, completely bamboozled by what had just occurred, because they had never greeted Lockie in that way. But also, they definitely didn't have a weird inside joke where they call each other dirty dogs. Or anything like that. So they generally did not know why Lockie was saying that when greeting them or anything like that. And it was completely random. Hallway, said Lockie, gesturing to the narrow hallway they were walking through.
So he's giving them the tour.
He must be. Sorry, I just paused. Which was adorned with photos of Lockie with what must have been his father. A very generic looking man who may or may not have been an idiotus or even a pedophile. Now we're back on track. Living room with surround sound, said Lockie, gesturing to the lounge room, where there was indeed surround sound because an episode of Dr. Phil was on and they could hear it in surround. I love that. What would Dr. Phil be saying?
I don't know, because is it just Muggle Dr. Phil or does he have a secret wizarding version?
Yeah.
You can't stop casting Engorgio on your boobs. And your mom doesn't like it. Catch me outside, how about that?
That was really good. I threw that to you.
I don't think
You
that was
can't-
that-
Now,
You can't. No, I can't do Dr. Phil.
it's hard, isn't it?
You can't. Yeah, it's more like that. Now, you keep using Cruciatus on your cat.
What's with that?
Why are you doing that? Come on, why are you doing that?
Bring the cat out.
We've
Bring
got,
out the cat.
We've got Whiskers here. Bring her out. Okay, Dr. Phil.
And then, what happens? Whiskers transfigure.
Animagus
is into a person. Like, what?
What? That's more Jerry Springer, I think.
Yeah, still, could happen. Kitchen.
What if Voldemort was on Dr. Phil?
Mm.
Tom, you got a problem. You can't stop killing people.
Yeah.
But that's sort of all I thought of.
You're hurting the people around you.
Harry Potter's at Hogwarts. He's scared.
Harry Potter's a boy.
Harry Potter's just a boy. He's here today, bring him out. Harry Potter, everybody. Harry, how does it feel when Voldemort chases you down, tries to kill you?
My parents are dead.
You're the reason they're dead.
now, Tom.
Tom,
Voldemort,
listen
no,
to-
what do you think about that? Avada Kedavra.
Okay. He's
Okay.
you're angry.
Well, that's what you feel.
We've read like 2 pages.
Yeah, I know. Sorry,
Because of that
everyone.
foreskin chat. Okay.
What do you call? No, okay. Kitchen, said Lockie, gesturing to a kitchen which didn't have a toaster. There's a question mark at the end of that. Which didn't have a toaster? Like, who doesn't have a toaster?
Lucky, apparently.
He might have kept. Maybe they keep the toaster in, in a drawer or something, in a cupboard.
Keep in mind, this chapter's called The Boys Who Fell from the Sky.
Do you have a toaster?
No, I don't.
What?
I don't have a toaster.
You don't have a toaster?
I don't.
Are you fucking serious?
I don't make toast.
You don't have a toaster.
I don't own any bread, like currently. I don't make toast.
I mean, yeah. I guess there are periods in people's lives where they don't own bread.
yeah.
Often.
Off and on, yeah.
You're off and on.
Yeah.
Don't own bread.
Yeah. And I'm currently in a... But I don't eat much bread.
That would be fun to kind of just try to power move something like, do you own any bread? Well,
Not at the
yeah,
moment.
not at the moment. So you don't own bread. I guess
no.
not. There's not. Well, I guess I don't. You don't have a toaster. And look.
That's funny. Could be my kitchen.
Rules. Oh, and my dad's special room. Knock, knock, said Lockie as he knocked on the door. Inside, you could hear what sounded like a laptop suddenly falling to the ground, a zipper being zipped up, and then a man going, I got it stuck and it's bleeding. Bloodus removus. And then a man rushing to the door saying, I wasn't masturbating. So you say, knock, knock, and you hear, crash. Bloodus removus. I wasn't masturbating.
Hi guys, no, I wasn't masturbating.
Sure enough.
So is this Lockie's dad?
Yeah, it must. Sure enough, opening the door was a man who looked nothing like Lockie, but looked exactly like the man in the photos of Lockie. It was Mr. Lockhart, Lockie's dad. He was bald, and he was dressed in a jumper and pants that had a bit of blood on the zipper. Looking neat, but wearing no shoes or socks. Well,
Cool.
that's fun. That's fun detail.
Likes to get his feet out for a masturbation session.
Oh, Jesus. And I mean, they're saying, so he doesn't look like Lockie. I mean, we're
Because
implying.
he's the adopted father. He adopted him, right?
Do we know that? Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah, well, we know Lockie's adopted.
Oh,
yeah.
great. Ah, Lockie, you dirty dog. These must be the friends you were telling me about. Marco, Roger, Lewis, Stephen, and Template, says Mr. Lockhart.
Which does kind of, like, a lot of the characters do feel just like template
That is
characters.
very
like,
funny.
Make them whatever you want on the day.
And these must be your friends. You Marco?
Yeah.
Must be Marco, Roger, you must be Lewis.
Like, no, that's not our name. Steve. Template?
Template. Must be Template, said Mr. Lockhart. Oh, it's actually Michael, Rob, Luke, Sam, and Tom, Mr. Lockhart, said Michael. Well, fuck my ear and call me a bitch. It is. Oh, and
Sorry. Fuck my ear and call me a bitch.
and just call me Blade.
Oh,
That's Blayde.
okay.
Mr. Lockhart is way too formal. I like to be down with the kids, said Lockie's dad. Rob nudged Michael and reminded me of that comment the narrator made about him possibly being a pedophile. That's exactly what I
Because
would
he
do.
likes to be down with the kids.
Down with the kids, yeah, I bet he does.
Remember the narrator said I could be a pedophile.
Down with the
Just
kids, if
saying.
you know what I mean.
Like
That's pretty
going
funny.
down on the kids. No, that's not funny.
No, that's what we were getting at. It is funny that he wants to be called Blade, but it seems like he's he's just in a nice jumper and pants. Looking
Mr.
neat.
Lockhart. Yeah, but that's his name, isn't it?
Blade Lockhart.
Okay.
Blade. Yeah, right. Is that some kind of stupid joke? You want us to call you some stupid name? Because lol. Who would be called Blade? Such a stupid name. What's your actual name, Mr. Lockhart? Said Sam. I wonder what this is what's gonna happen here.
What do you mean?
It's obviously gonna set up it is his name.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Mr. Lockhart looked embarrassed and several tears came out of his eyes and his lips trembled. Oh, I told my parents this would happen. Why? Why, oh, why would they call me Blade? What am I?
Now it's just spelt Blade. As in
It is. What am I? A sword? A knife? Oh, I'm a fool.
This is another one of those things where, like, we've talked about it before, where some families, like, there's two kids with really normal names, and then there's just one kid with a weird name.
Yeah. We have. Yeah,
Yeah,
we have talked
yeah.
about it. Okay,
Anyway.
we'll just move on. I was like, I was going to start naming something like...
It's not even really like that, to
done
be
that.
honest.
It's like, you in your family, you've got Daniel, Michael, and Template
Template, yeah. My little brother.
that lives under the stairs.
Yeah.
He goes to another school. Sam was just joking, Mr. Lockhart. We all think Blade is actually a cool name for a wizard. And wizard has a capital W in this point, said Tom. Oh, okay. There was silence. Explain why, said Blade.
He's so insecure.
So why is it a cool name?
Explain why.
Why is it a cool name?
Talk about why. Talk to that.
Talk about, yeah, what?
Talk more about that.
I've thought about it a lot over the last 50.
Yeah, let's see if we agree.
Yeah, I mean, let's just have a think. And we'll just remind everyone that the name of this chapter is The Boys That Fell from the Sky.
Yeah. And we've been going for 45 minutes.
It's pretty good. And then, so why? Explain why, said Blade. It's sharp and edgy, sort of like a blade, said Rob. Yes, I told my parents that. Fine name, Blade. Just cutting edge. Exactly what a boy needs. Not like Lockie. What a stupid idiot name. I didn't name him, of course. His father did before I adopted him. Oh, those are some sad stories. One day I'll tell you the truth, Lockie.
Imagine saying to your adopted kid, oh man, the story behind your adoption is so sad. I'll tell you the truth one day.
Don't let that fester in your mind.
There must be so much trauma.
I think that in a lot of movies and, and like in this situation of like, there's always movies of like, oh, my parents never tell me the truth. But like,
Yeah.
But like, I mean, you got years. What, you don't say, come on, what happened?
Yeah.
Mum, tell me.
Come
Dad,
on, just tell. I'm ready.
what happened with the adoption?
You're
What
not
happened with the
ready.
adoption?
No, I'm ready.
I don't want to tell you. What happened with the adoption? What happened with the adoption? What happened with the
Yeah.
Like, you can annoy your parents into telling you.
Anyone listening adopted, want to tell your story? Love to hear it.
And is it as bad as this?
Where your dad mocks the name your parents gave you. It's like when you get a dog, like a rescue dog, and its name is like Jerry.
And you're like,
I wanted to call it Banjo, but his name's Jerry, and then you're like, fucking Jerry.
I know, but then you can rename the dogs, even though you're not meant to.
But what if it answers
Oh,
to
unless it's
Jerry?
old.
Yeah, it's an old Jerry.
I kind of like Jerry better than Banjo.
Well, I disagree.
Is it okay? I've leaned really.
You've leaned really far back.
Only the Patreons will know.
And you're gonna, anyway, doesn't matter. Let's go.
Is that all right?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, let's keep going. I'll tell. Oh, there's some sad stories. One day I'll tell you the truth, Lockie. I just wish your name was Knife or something. Lockie is so sissy, said Blade. Lockie smiled sheeply and did the splits.
Sorry, I just did it. Oh, I pretended to do it.
No, Mike did the
Sheepish smile.
Mike
and then
did the splits, and then
Yeah.
his pants split, and I saw his uncircumcised penis.
Uncirced.
God. Now, boys, dinner will be at 6:30. Until then, go crazy. I have a prostitute coming at 6, so don't disturb me, said Blade.
I love the sexual openness of all the adults. Like, imagine your parents being like, "Hey guys, I got dinner's at 6:30. I got a prostitute at 6. So yeah,
you know.
and I really want to be most out of the half hour.
I'll really be working on my appetite.
Yeah.
Also, at the start though, he was like, "No, I wasn't masturbating."
Well, maybe there's more shame in masturbating than there is for just having
Maybe.
sex with a woman.
Maybe.
Or a man. We don't know.
Yeah. The boys looked around Lockie's house. So what does your dad do? Said Michael. He's an aura with the Ministry of Magic. Like a magic cop, that kind of thing, said Lockie. Okay. As they continue to look around, ACAB, by the way.
What's that?
I said ACAB, by the way. All cops are bad.
All cops are busted.
As they continued to look around, they did notice various pictures of Lockie's dad shaking hands with Boxley Washington, the Minister of Magic.
Boxley's getting
Great
a run.
name.
Yeah.
And pictures at the ministry itself, as well as an award. Here's in italics the award inscription. Awarded to Blade A. Lockhart, voted hottest person in the ministry and best hand job giver 4 years running. Boxley Washington. Wow.
I wonder how they do the best hand job giver competition.
Yeah, is it judged by Boxley? I mean,
Yeah.
what interests me
Yeah.
is that this is obviously a joint award.
What do you mean?
As in,
Hottest person in the
hottest
ministry.
person in the ministry and best hand job giver on the same award.
Yeah. It's one award. You can't be
God.
the hottest and be the best hand.
It's like the best and fairest.
Yeah.
In the sport.
I love that. You know, in The Office, they have the Dundies, and he's like,
Yeah.
hottest in the office, it's Pam. It's so inappropriate.
It's like, wow, thanks. Wow, your dad must be pretty good at hand jobs. What's his technique? Asked Tom. Everyone rolled their eyes, and Sam actually thought about suicide.
You can tell I'm learning new concepts.
Yeah, throwback to me 5 minutes ago.
Oh, God.
After the boys had dinner, the bird clitoris was delicious and surprisingly pleasurable.
Makes sense.
Not that Mike could find it. Anyway. Yeah, no, whatever. They were all sitting at the table with Blade, who was talking about his time at Hogwarts.
Okay.
Ah, yes, Harry Potter. You know, I'm not so sure about that guy. With his glasses and his scar, he said as he drank a glass of red wine and scoffed at the taste. Disgusting wine. That's funny. I don't know why. Like, ugh. Lockie, you must have bought this one. Anyway.
Lucky's 13.
Yeah. Shame about what's been happening at school. Professor Weasley and Professor Finnegan disappearing. There's some dark magic at work, and that's what us auras are looking out for. Okay. Rob whispered to Michael, well, they're doing a bad job. What was that? Suddenly, an owl flew through the door. It was Squawkster 2.0, in brackets, Squackster 1.0. Squackster. It doesn't say I'm not going to read it. Squackster 1.0 passed away from a terrorist attack, if you recall correctly. It wasn't a detail
If you recall correctly?
Yeah.
Or if
That's what it said. We're not going to forget that. It was quite...
Squackster 1.0 passed away from a terrorist attack again, if,
Yeah,
if you recall correctly.
And apparently there was going to be another terrorist attack on Squawkster 2.0. Oh, no. Apparently there's going to be another terrorist attack. So Squawkster 2.0 was worried.
Oh, God.
Like the terrorists are targeting
The owls.
owls. Blade stood up, took the letter from Squawkster 2.0 and read it. Accio cloak, he said, and his cloak flew across the room onto him like a superhero. Boys, emergency. Something in the ministry. Can you get yourselves to platform 9 and whatever? I need to go. Whoops. Can't forget about this. Can't do the job without being drunk. He grabbed his glass of wine and vomited a bit.
So, Lockie's dad's an alcoholic
Yeah.
who sees escorts and masturbates.
Like I said, ACAB, all cops are bad. All cops are
It's
bastards.
all cops are bastards.
Is it?
Yeah. That's what ACAB is.
I thought all cops are bad.
Nah, it's too simple.
That was fun.
Okay, so there's chapters still called The Boys Who Fell from the Sky.
Yes. And I like, can you get yourself to platform 9 and whatever?
9 and whatever.
Like, it's pretty easy. So he grabbed his glass of wine and vomited it. Crack! He apparated away, knocking over his glass of wine.
What? Didn't he take it?
Yeah. Or
Oh.
didn't he...
Or he just took a final swig from it
Or maybe he went to grab it and drink it, but then he vomited.
and then knocked
Just
it
left
over?
it over?
Yeah, okay.
Whatever. Wait. How are we supposed to get him to... But Luke was interrupted by a sound coming from outside. A sound that sounded like something in a cartoon falling.
Like,
Yeah. Like in Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Oh, wow. Coyote.
so I didn't know how to spell coyote, so I've just
And-
tried to make it up.
Yes.
And it looks nothing like coyote.
Because the real word coyote is COYOTE.
O-T-E. Yeah. And I've done
I did it.
K-I-O-T-Y. Coyote.
Coyote. Wily and coyote when something is falling and it makes that sound. So, yep. Yeah. Then the sound of yelling. The boys ran outside and looked up at the sky.
Oh.
Wouldn't you look down at what you've assumed has fallen on the ground
But
first?
I don't think that they've fallen yet.
Oh,
I think they're
okay.
yeah.
Plonk. Plonk.
Okay, so they've hit the ground. Or whoever
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
Surely enough, out of the sky had fallen two boys who, despite falling from what appeared to be the heavens, seemed completely unscathed. And I think you put a Y in there.
Extra
We didn't.
Y.
Yeah, like with Blade.
Blade, yeah.
Yeah. Not a mark on them, besides some dust and two giant holes in the road outside Lockie's house.
Interesting. So
Do you think they're like human-shaped holes, like in a cartoon? When someone
Yeah,
like,
probably.
One boy stood up, dusted himself off, and looked around.
Oh. Okay.
Said the voice of Dimmy Dimatina.
That did not go to plan.
Wow. we're still going, but that's a good reveal
What?
because what we've just heard in chapter 4 is they're planning. They have to kill Madam.
Yeah.
fucking whatever
And
her name
now
is.
we've like time skipped. Yeah, true.
Yeah, and now we're like, oh my god, what have they done? Have they done the plan?
What's,
Did they,
what's
is
happened?
she dead? Did they kill that person? Did they kill-
Yeah.
Why have
And
they fallen from the
they
sky?
fallen from the sky?
Wow.
That's interesting.
The other boy stood up, rotated his head back to the right side. It had done a spin on the fall, and picked his bum and ate it. I told you that wasn't going to work. Quiet. Oh, sorry,
Quiet, Derek. We've got company.
said Dimmy. Our friends, said Derek.
So Derek and Dimmy have fallen out of the sky. We don't know what's happened.
No. I'm not your friend,
friend.
said all of the boys together. But you have to tell us, said Lockie. How the bloody hell did you get here?
End of chapter.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah,
wow. So the boys who fell from the sky was really just like the end of the chapter.
Yeah, which I guess maybe that does happen.
Really interesting chapter. Do you want to look at the next title?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, title of the next chapter. Okay.
That's good. I assume it's going to follow on exactly from where we left off,
Yeah.
judging by that name. Okay, so
That was a really interesting chappy.
yeah, so we've just met. I guess we met Lockie's dad. Lockie's just being weird.
Lockie's dad works for Boxley, Washington.
They're obviously trying to, and they
Definitely feeling Boxley's going to be a bigger character in this one.
Mm. And at least, it seems like the auras in the ministry are aware of Hogwarts and they're not approving.
Yeah, but they're not doing much about it.
No.
Because the boys could have just told him, oh, we know it's Mr. Charger doing it all. Anyway, interesting chappy.
And Lockie doesn't have a toaster.
I know, that's crazy. How are they having sandwiches? Wow. And his dad could be a pedophile. We don't know.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well,
Fuck, that's good.
good chappy.
That was interesting.
That was
I don't know what to think. Like, I love that it did just like, there's like this weird gap now.
So are we going to flash back to that, or are they just going to tell us what happens?
Yeah, we don't know.
It could just be a classic thing where just, I don't know.
Oh, we did this.
Yeah, Dimmy goes, yeah, we killed her.
Oh,
Weird.
God.
I hope
But
not.
something's happened that's caused them to be in the sky and they've fallen somehow.
I feel like they've used some kind of magic to turn them into cartoons.
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe. It's like a Space Jam thing.
Maybe. Interesting. Well, that was a good chappy. Thanks,
It was a good
Matt.
chappy. I feel like we've done really well. I think that I had just got back from
Tassie.
the island of Tazkaban
Tazkaban.
just last night.
Yeah.
So feeling a bit jet lagged.
Are you?
The 50-minute flight back from Hobart.
Of course, patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys, HPATB pod on Insta and TikTok. I put clips up on my YouTube channel. Sam at Sam Garlip on Insta. Mike at radio.mike
Yep.
on Insta. Check out my other podcast, 20th Century Boy. Check out the Cheap Seats. And that's it. Goodbye,
Bye,
Gamoras.
Gamoras.
And cut.
Cut.
Get it?
Oh.
Circumcised.
Oh, yeah. Ow!
This podcast was a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to check out all our other content, stay up to date at radio.mike on Instagram, and get in touch, radiomikepod@gmail.com.